Hey, welcome to the second course video for the song Decided by Myself by BAND-MAID from their 2017 album Just Bring It. I'm musically malnourished and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. In these videos, we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. So let's jump in, see what's going on with this song. All right. Decided by Myself is BAND-MAID's anthem of self-determination, a bold rejection of passive living, predictable choices, and the suffocating expectations of society. The song emphasizes taking responsibility for your own life, rejecting safe routes and stagnation, breaking the mindset that says it can't be helped. Ooh, I love that. Walking a path forged by your own will, embracing risk, pride, and possibility. And we know usually in BAND-MAID songs, because we've been through enough of them by now, when pride is used, it's not this arrogant, I don't care about you, I'm the best. It's just this sense of self-pride, of taking hold of your life, your future, and in that sense of, I guess, self-realization to an extent. It's rebellion not against other people, but against the version of yourself that was afraid to choose. This is one of their clearest statements of personal empowerment. Change doesn't come from others, it comes from yourself. All right. Not a single sarcastic complaint slips out, not in this stiff, suffocating world. Everyone takes the safe route. A life with no danger, no risk, but the only one who can change that is me. Beautiful opening. This is an interesting line. Not a single sarcastic complaint slips out. Let me see what the literal translation says. You can't even let out a single sarcastic jab in this rigid, suffocating world. I wonder if there's a translation note. No. I guess it's kind of speaking to this like very rigid, because again, with this stiff, suffocating world, maybe more so like no speech that's kind of just out of line, that's not colorful or, and by all that, I don't mean like colorful language the way we use is like bad language. I just mean like everything has to be kind of by the book, by code, if you understand what I'm saying. Because that fits in with this stiff, suffocating world. Everyone takes a safe route. It can't be helped became my catchphrase. That's a sad place to live in. What can you do about it? I tell you one thing. My wife does not live by that. I'm much more of a like, hey, it's the way that things are. And she is the exact opposite. She's like, I know that's the problem, so I've got to do something about it. And we've learned to balance each other out well in that, because sometimes it's like, it's not your battle to fight. And it's realizing too, I think there's a few aspects to it. Not wanting to step on toes, which sometimes that's a wise decision. But sometimes it's just inevitable, right? Like that's the hard part. If you want to be everyone's friend, man, it's such an interesting balance, because you're not talking about, again, just being this jerk to everybody, but the reality is you also can't accomplish a lot if you're always concerned about always being the good guy, because here's the problem. Even when you try to do that, you become the bad guy to somebody else. And so in some ways, not in some ways, in most every way, you cannot win with everybody. And so ultimately, you have to make the right decisions, or the best decisions for yourself, ethical, of course, and not just trying to throw everybody else to the side and only worry about yourself. I think there's something important about caring for others and things like that. But let's just say in the normal circumstances of life where you're not talking about things like that. It's just the realization that you have to sometimes be like, no, it can be helped. I can make a difference. I can change this. And I have to. I can't let it keep going the way it's going. I can't sit with the status quo and realize you may become the enemy to somebody. But if it's in pursuit of ultimately what's best, then in how I kind of live my life is this route. And I actually have 2 tattoos. I have one here and one here. One says the glory of God. And so the idea is that everything in my life I want to do for the glory of God. You know, I want to do to make him look beautiful and wonderful and desirable. And then the other is for the good of others. You know, so first and foremost, the glory of God drives my character, right? Do things that are honest and kind and beneficial. But sometimes you've got to make hard decisions. And the other is for the good of others. So do it for the glory of God and then for the good of others. And the realization too, though, is that sometimes to do the best good for others, that does involve difficult decisions sometimes. So anyways, I've been harping on that for a minute, but I love this idea. And those assumptions started controlling my mind. I'm tired of it. Now, I'm sprinting through the darkness, a blinding flash guiding the way, decided by, illuminate the path that is mine alone. Draw out every possibility within yourself, decided by, pull me out of this absurd, unfair world. This is interesting that it doesn't resolve decided by, I'm assuming decided by myself, because she says in the beginning, the only one who can change that is me. And so I think there was a translation note. Yeah, so this is self-reinforcement. It means this was decided by me. My life is of my own choosing, repeated like a mantra of empowerment, decided by. All right, verse 2. Even these sharp, rock-like emotions, I wrap them in pop and let them out. I wonder if that means like bubble wrap. Let's see what the literal translation says. So that's verse 2. I wrap them in pop and let them out. Is there a translation note for that? I mean, I'm going to assume that's what it means. Yeah, based on the context, it has to mean wrapping them in something that makes them a little safer. Yeah, so you have these rock-like emotions. They're sharp, so you still got to let them out. And maybe that's the kind of tempering thing I was talking about, is let those emotions out, but use them in wisdom, right? That's kind of what it seems to be speaking to me, at least. A simple goal isn't enough anymore. A flat, unstimulating life won't do. The one who changed it wasn't anyone else. It was me. And we're actually, getting ready to go through Miku's Orange documentary series that's 3 parts. And one of the things I'm most interested in is hearing the struggle, because obviously I know where BAND-MAID is now, and I've gone through their beginnings, but breaking this idea that even in the first few albums, because it said that Misa was still doing other work, while the band was coming up, and even considered like going in a different direction. And so I've been really interested in hearing the struggle that was involved there before they really kind of broke through and were able to devote themselves fully to the band and that work. And so I really want to hear that from Miku on this idea of the only one who changed it wasn't anyone else, it was me. Remember, the future you imagine can be leapt over. The story has no limits and no walls. Now, if you want to escape from this world that binds you, decided by, so if you want to escape, it's decided by you. Hold your will tightly, expose your pride, dive head first. The path you choose will spread wide before you. Oh yeah. Defy even your own imagination. Surpass it. The world you weave yourself. Let it breathe. Oh, that's cool. Like, let it come to life. Give it space, give it room. Now, sprinting through the darkness, a dazzling flash leading the way. Shine on the road that belongs only to you. Draw at every possibility within yourself. Save me from the absurdity of this world. I love this one. It can't be helped. A deeply ingrained Japanese phrase tied to resignation. The song rejects it outright. Yeah, exposure pride, not arrogance, authentic identity, removing masks. Well, another beautiful song, another empowering song. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Thanks for being with me for this one. I hope to see you in the next one, because we're eating good.